Haven't done it before. Well, you are lucky. I don't even know how to add a tuple. Because we have this config file which saves the defaults. A bunch of defaults. But I don't know if this language can even take tuples. That's true, the resolution. Okay, then I'll just copy resolution. And resolution doesn't have anything here. So I'll just assume you can't configure it with the file. I think you can pass high quality or something. Dash quality. These override dash quality option. Anyway. Args.resolution. R5 equals args.resolution. Then it sets pixel width and pixel height with that. Daryl Golden, what's going on? So the resolution is probably set in CLI/render. Or not. Nope, that was completely wrong. Maybe CLI/output? Nope. Global? It was in render. So I guess I'll go to global options here, and I'll just basically copy this. Call this GUI starting GUI location or something like that. Starting location for the GUI. This validate function. Okay, so this validate function. Wait, what is this doing? You can use a semicolon? I guess what it's doing is taking the two values, splitting on usually the comma, then returning a tuple based on that. And so I think this will actually require a validation thing. Why not just hard code it? Well, it is hard coded. Or right now, the starting location of the GUI is just like the place that's most convenient to me. So it's set up so that it can fit pretty much right there on like my screen. And that's why it's so far down right now. Or were you talking about hard coding something else? Gotcha. Gotcha. Guess I'll just do the same thing. So will the default still be what works for you, or will it be different? I mean, I'm not gonna change it because I want it to keep being what works for me. But I get the feeling that if I just leave it, then like somebody will be like, why is it here and not 0, 0? Because if it was 0, 0, I mean, it depends on how your computer's set up. But for me, if it was 0, 0, the GUI would be here. Which of course wouldn't make sense for me. But then again, for you, the GUI is like down here. The best default is probably just like in the middle somewhere. I don't know, really it probably just doesn't matter. If it's configurable with the flag. So just be X offset, Y offset. I think it's still the same position on my screen, because if I expand the window down, then it feels normal to use. Okay. This is the window is quite small. Oh. That's interesting. I would have guessed it would have been too big. Because it's actually also configurable to change the size, the width and the height of the window. And since I have a high DPI monitor, I would have guessed that getting it this size for me would have taken more pixels than getting it this size for someone else. But I guess not. Oh well. And that might also mean that I have to add another flag, which I don't want to do. But our config is just not scalable right now. Like, it's not just one global centralized file. We have multiple centralized files with just these long lists of options. Okay, so here's this. This is in digest args. So here I'll say handle GUI location. I guess I'll just say self at GUI location equals args. Maybe that's all I need to do. Then when I come back, and I do an example. If I try to print, Don't know what this will default to. And it just doesn't work. Okay. Okay. Self. Okay, so this is when it reads the file, which I don't think I care about. Oh, digest file is really short. I think I have to add one of these properties. So I go all the way down here. Put this here. Self and val. It's not a Boolean necessarily. Do you think we have a set tuple? Probably not. We have a set from list. Set between. I'm really tempted to just not type check it. And just say if you set it to something that's not a tuple, then why did you do that? Just don't do that. The window starts out taking 80% of the vertical space. That's a lot. Okay. Interesting. Okay. I feel like this type doesn't make sense. Why would the key, if you're setting a flag, why would the key be a string or an int? Why wouldn't that just be a string? Is this some automated thing we did? Set Boolean. What's the name of this file? utils.py. Don't know how I feel about the fact that this doesn't show the name of the file down here. It shows the branch. Anyway. Naveen did it. Okay. I'm gonna keep this a string. So that's the only way that makes sense for me. Val. And why would this be... If the point is to set a Boolean, why isn't this just Boolean? Send a screenshot in Discord if you're curious. Nice. And I guess that sort of makes sense since this is the place where I would put the window. Oh, I can actually tell that your monitor is a lot lower resolution than mine from this. Because this is a lot of the space in on your screen. And then when oh, well, nope, my Manim is broken. But if it wasn't, then you'd see that it was like this much space on my screen. Because I have a fancy monitor. Space on my screen. Because I have a fancy monitor. Anyway, this should be tuple. Yeah. It's gonna say is instance what or something. Select idea key equals value else. And then here I'll do set tuple. And now it's screwing me over. args.gui location. I thought that was a tuple by default. utils.py 728. Honestly, the longer I work with it, it's starting that as none. Oh, it's because I didn't pass it. So do I just default this? Okay, so this is where I have to set a default, I guess. And the default is going to be wherever I have it right now. 4800. That's a pretty reasonable default. GUI location option is invalid. Oh, it has to be a string, I guess. Great. So now... Oh, I didn't even use this. So I guess now I should go here and say config GUI location at 0. Should configure that at 1. Nope. What happened this time? Key error GUI location. Self._d. What is _d? I don't know if this is actually what I need to put here. Notice this entire time I'm just figuring out how to add the flag. The actual fix is like 1 line. Adding flags is just so difficult. Where do you set this _d thing? Okay, so here... And this sets them all to none. Then somewhere else they get updated with their actual values. I think. Yeah, it's pretty bad. This is for the booleans, this is for the ints, this is for the strings. There isn't one for tuples. Um, so I guess I'll just say parser.get. A parser.get. It's doing parser at whatever dot get of something. The parser doesn't actually contain the value here. Wait, where does it do the resolution? No, it doesn't store the tuple. It stores the width and the height separately. Attacher, whatever that get boolean. This is only for digest parser. Okay, so here I think I need to add it. So I think this I have to copy. Self key parser. Isn't this parser only for the file? Parser, an object reflecting the context of one or many config files. Okay, so this isn't what I want. It has to be in digest args. So here's enabled GUI. And I'm adding it here. I'm putting GUI location. So why was it not found, or the key error? This will put self at GUI location, then return self. What's this called? Wait, what? Why is my LSP being so bad? So it gets called here, I guess. Honestly, Aquabeam, I might just end up not fixing it because adding a flag is just that hard. Why is the underscore D? Did I just not save it? No, it's still none. None type is not subscriptable. Wouldn't it be unusable then for most people without high-res monitors? No, you can drag it. It's not unusable. It's just really annoying. I mean, on the one hand, there's a lot of pushback for adding a GUI to Manim in the first place, for some reason, that I don't really understand. And so maybe people just won't want to use it. But probably not. Digest args of click. I guess I have to set a breakpoint here. I don't know. Hopefully this doesn't. I guess I could do this. Okay, so it's here. It's just passing self at Kegel. So at this here. It's just passing self at Kegel. So at this point. Until. Media dir. So at this point, I think I can do like config at media dir. Nope. Self at media dir. So down here, when I set this, what? Why is this so big? Args? Or do I have to do it like this? I'm not sure what args is. Util's up by 730. Yeah. I have unironically... There have been features that I just didn't add to Manim because I didn't want to add the flag for them. What is key? Enable GUI? Wait, what the fuck? Why isn't it for GUI location? Be at key.